news across the galaxy, where they talk all things LA Galaxy with the Nag Boys. Let's start nagging.
What a ball for Ricky Peach.
News across the galaxy. Keep on nagging, guys. Your six-time MLS Cup champion,
No. We're not doing any of that.
Hello, y buenas, and bienvenidos. Oh shit, wrong show. Sorry. Welcome to the first edition, 2026 edition of News Across the Galaxy. I am your host, Eddie. Today we have a packed house with some special guests, and Edgar's here too. What's up, Edgar? So we'll start with Edgar. Edgar Nags here as always. Edgar, how's your 2026 treating you so far?
Eddie, that's a leg. Oh man, I got to do a lot of resting over the last week of the year and fix a lot of stuff around the house that needed to be fixed. And it was really cool. I was like looking forward to the next season. A bunch of our MLS buddies, podcasters were sending me messages saying, "Wow,
don't go there. We're not talking about that." I said, despite the
obvious. No. What I'm saying, they were all saying, "You guys look great for next year," and I'm like, "Yeah,
all right, yeah, we do."
Brian, what's up?
My lifelong hetero nag partner.
Hi, that is me. Well, before anything, Happy New Year to everybody that's watching this. Hope you accomplish all your goals in 2026. As for me, I'm just here nagging, boys.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Brian.
My 2026 was not going so great. Well, I won't complain, for the obvious reason. But then all of a sudden, somebody agreed to be on the pod. I got excited. I cleaned the house like if he was coming over. Ya hasta me bañé. Welcome to La Cuna
You even got the new sponsor up there, the Skinny Pop, right?
Yeah. It's called product placement, baby. Rob Halon, welcome to News Across the Galaxy.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. And long time listener. I'm just so excited to be here. But man, it's great to be here with you guys all, especially right now with what seems like a very important pivotal moment in the team's trajectory. I mean, this could be like the sliding doors moment, that we could be talking about for years to come.
Oh my God.
Hopefully blessing in disguise, but it's a tough one, So before we get to that, as Brian said, Happy New Year to everyone. Hope everyone accomplishes all their New Year's resolutions and whatever goals they have set for 2026. For that, I'm gonna pop a Michelob Zero for you guys.
Let's go.
Another shameless product placement. Sponsor us.
Oh, here, a little El Jefe Energy, which was handed to me. They gave me an entire case. I think it was like the second to last game of the season. This guy was like, "Hey, look, here's a whole case of it, energy drink." I'm like,
damn,
if it's free, it's for me.
And it's called El Jefe?
El Jefe.
I'm gonna do some water.
No, me too, man. But like, El Jefe sounds like something like, your tíos and your dad would drink just because it's called El Jefe.
Yep.
And it doesn't even taste good, but this is called El Jefe. And it was like, para que se ponga bien macho.
I got a little RSO Kusi on it, just to protect it,
What the year got mad.
I can't support that, but
Hold on. I got my Lunacy podcast coaster there to help too. So there you go.
Oh, shout out to those guys. Those guys are really
yeah, shout out to them.
There you go. That's better. All right, guys. So we'll get right into it. Obviously, we're gonna bury the lead a bit. So
hold on.
What's up? What?
You're not gonna start with your story?
Oh, you really want me to tell?
Wait. Before we dive into anything, happy belated birthday to Bryant.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, be loved.
Oh yeah, you had one of those.
Global revolution around the sun.
All right. Let's get into it, Eddie.
All right.
Because it's Story time with Eddie.
I didn't even want to tell this story, but Brian's like, make it funny. Fuck. So I guess here we go. Nah, don't put me in the main screen. At least do that. I just see your reactions.
No, put him on the spot. Put him on the spot.
So, anyways, yeah. So today, Sunday, first Sunday of 2026. I'm like, yeah, let me get some things done, right? Let me get some chores done, some organizing, and I'm gonna have this place looking ready for the year. And so I went to Ace Hardware. I had to go get a couple things. And by the way, I got an old man there, and I'm sure you guys have been in this situation where you see something, you're like, what a deal. How can I not? Guys, 5 containers for $8. Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
We're talking
good.
about like containers about yay big, you know, with the lid, right? That's what I'm saying.
Gotta cop those.
Yeah. What am I gonna put in them? Fuck, who knows? But how could I pass? So yeah, and in the meanwhile, I'm like, I'm gonna order some grub. You know, this way I can just go straight home, get to work. So, you know, I have Grubhub because the Amazon connection and some things for work. So pretty much I use Grubhub, and so then I'm like, Ace is like, oh, my food is there. Hell yeah. And I get home. Guess what, boys? My food is not there. My food is not there. I got my doorbell camera. Nobody came to my door. Your boy's not happy at this point. So I was like, let me part my head to my side. Let me get my Karen on real quick. Dude, so much back and forth. And guys, I'm sure you've all experienced this, and it's like nothing against them. I know they try to make money, but I hate when call centers are like, I don't know, from another country.
Oh yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it makes it so inefficient, man.
Yeah. It's crazy because they don't understand. Like, I was just trying to get either my money back or the food sent back, right? So the argument was, and I do this a lot because of work or whatever, and they asked for like this number, like this confirmation number, and I always send it. Like, text your driver the number. I was like, cool. I always send it. You know, I grab my phone from the office, the door, whatever. So I did it this time. I was like, it's not there. So I messaged them. They're like, oh, we saw that you confirmed the delivery, so we can't refund you. I was like, what? Like, that doesn't make sense. So let me speak to a supervisor. Dude, so it was back and forth, the same thing. It's like, the driver never bought it. He asked me for the number. What am I supposed to do? And they're like, and this, sorry, excuse my language. This bitch, the first one, she's like, this is the live chat. I even asked, like, is this a real person? Or is this AI? It's like, it's a real person. I was like, okay, like, this is what's happening. It's your driver's fault. Why am I paying? And like, I think you need to call this number. And then like, they ended the chat. Yeah, like, this chat has ended. I was like, what? Like, that sucks. And mind you, I call the number. It's the wrong fucking number. It's some life alert number. I don't know if they were making fun of me or something, but it turned out to be 2 numbers off, right? So I was like, well, maybe they got it wrong. So I called and I went through the same thing. And then that's when I found out the call center. And I went through one person. I was like, can I just speak to a supervisor, please? Okay. And then they transfer me, and they answer. Accent again. I was like, fuck. All right, here we go. So I tried to like draw them a picture. You know, they're reading a script. They don't really know English.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, you know,
Conflict resolution scripts.
yeah.
You know?
So this and that happened. They're like, I can offer you $5 credit. I'm like, it wasn't $5. That doesn't do nothing for me. How about 7? What the fuck? Are you serious? And they went up to 10 and then to 15. And I was like, hold on. Okay, let me do this for you. So think about if you went somewhere and you try to buy something or you ordered something and then the delivery person messed up or the person giving you the order messed up, but you still paid for it. And they stayed quiet and like, I'm sorry you're going through this situation. I do apologize. I could offer you $15. Oh, my fucking God. Yeah, bro.
You went from 15 to 15?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, no, it was like, I'm not trying to get any money out of you. Just pay for my food or give me my money back. And they're like, I'm sorry. If there's nothing else I can do for you, I'm going to have to end this call. And I was like, I just want my money. I'm like, I'm sorry that we can't make it right. Is there anything else I could do for you? I'm like, yeah, I just want my money. It's literally like $2 more. And they're like, all right, in that case, I'm going to have to end this call. Click. Oh my fucking God. Dude.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they fucking clicked on me. Yeah, so I never call it back. I'll just give me my fucking $15. So I got my $15 for now, but then again, I got my red pen and I was like fucking wrote him a letter and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what a way to start
Did you
2026.
did you
Huh?
publicly shame them on the socials?
I did. I went on Twitter. I was like, Grubhub robbed me or jacked me. I said something like that. Yeah, I went full Karen, dude. Look at my
Got
blog.
it. Got Encio?
Carencio. So that's my story, Brian, that you wanted to hear.
Sponsor us, Grubhub.
So much product placement. You say you went to Ace Warehouse, right? You had still your Grubhub there. You got your Skinny Pop in the back.
Oh, and I ordered Panda Express.
Panda Express. There you go. We got El Jefe over here.
Did you actually get to eat some panda at some point?
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing too. I think I was getting hangry because if you know me, I'm very like jolly and I was like getting hangry. Like, why am I getting so fucking upset? Whatever. I can still resolve this later. I could just pay the $2 and use the 15 and get my food right now. I spent like 2 hours in this shit. Yeah, in circles. 2 hours.
It's the principle. I get it.
There you go. So I was getting all hangry. Ended up getting my food and I ate.
Damn, I'm sorry you went through that, man.
Great story, by the way.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
I try to make it as funny as possible, Brian, but
It was pretty sad. I'm sorry.
it was kind of sad. Wait. Let's just circle back though. Let's just leave off on a good note. $8, 5 containers.
Aw, what do you mean?
Look, what you should have done was order some pupusa hashira, and then you would have been guaranteed to get that order, dog.
Yeah, Brian Lobos, the only man licensed to carry a loaded pupusa.
I don't know. Is that a sexual thing?
I don't know, but it's loaded.
Hey, take it how you will, man.
I bet Brian would. Woo!
Ooh.
Can we move on now, Brian?
Yeah,
please?
now you good.
Thank you for upsetting me. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
So, somewhat Galaxy related news. Old ties to the Galaxy, I guess we could say. One, Julian Araujo has signed with Celtic. Very interesting move. I want to hear your boys' opinion. You know what's going. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
On over there. And as Julian, trying to progress in his career, do you guys think this is something to be excited about? This is down, up. We'll let our guest go first.
Yeah, go for it, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, he had been seeing regular playing time with Bournemouth before he got injured. Came back, wasn't really seeing that much time. So, what helps you progress in your career is actual playing time. And if he goes there and gets some playing time under Wilfred Nancy and earns the manager's trust, then I'm all for it. Is it a downgrade from the Premiership to Scotland? Sure, but even the player himself recognizes it. I mean, in his press conference, he was asked about the pressure of going there to one of Scotland's biggest teams, and he's like, "Nah, I've played in the Premiership. Like it, no disrespect, but this isn't going to be like the pressure of the Premiership." So I think he recognizes it as well.
I don't know about that, man. I don't think he understands what's going on over there. I've been following closely. I'm a fan of Heart of Midlothian. So Hearts are currently in first place in the Scottish Premier League, and right now Celtic is going through a rough spot. They were going through a rough spot already before Wilfred Nancy got there, and he pretty much jumped into the fire. And since he took over the club, they've lost 6 of their 8 matches. And the fans are so pissed that they're like literally walking up to where the owners sit and they're throwing their scarves directly at the owners.
God damn.
Damn.
And Celtic fans are very, very rabid. They're like, if you watch any footage of games that they have, like everybody there is standing up with their scarves and chanting and screaming and during the games. And it did not help that their last match they lost to their biggest rival, Glasgow Rangers, which used to be the Old Firm, but apparently it's no longer called the Old Firm because Glasgow went bankrupt a few years ago, and then they came back, and the fans say you can't really call it that anymore. They call it a Glasgow Derby, but it's still a huge, huge game, and they lost to Glasgow for a second time this season, and that's a big, big deal. And so Wilfred Nancy is already feeling the heat. A lot of fans are already screaming and chanting for his dismissal. And then here comes Julian, uh, also a former MLS person. So already Wilfred Nancy's getting heat, having come from MLS, and here comes Julian. And if he's going in there with that attitude, Rob, where like, oh, I've already played in Premier League, this is nothing. He has no idea what he's jumping into, because that place is a powder keg right now. Like, if he looks at somebody the wrong way, the fans are probably gonna jump down his throat right away. So he better get ready. He better bring his A game, because that team absolutely needs it. But of course, they're used to winning. It's Premier League. I mean, the Scottish Premier League is always between Celtic and Rangers, and the fact that Hearts is actually winning is extremely rare. They've only won one championship before, so there's still a chance that they could catch them. But that loss to Rangers that really hurt their chances a lot. Good luck to Julian. This is a really, really big step in his career. He has to prove himself.
Yep. Let me ask you guys this then. I mean, obviously, maybe money wise, we couldn't compete, but what about the actual competition? Do you think the Scottish Premier is that much better than MLS, like in an everyday type match thing? I mean, why not come home? If it wasn't about the money, why not come home?
Two reasons. Okay, one, I will say MLS overall is a greater product than the Scottish Premier League, because it's Scottish Premier League is very top heavy. Like I said, it's always Rangers or Celtic sometimes. Some of the other teams like Hibernian, but uh, the thing that the appeal of being in the Scottish Premier League is that you get a shot to play in the Champions League,
Right.
which
Yep.
is a huge deal, obviously. So, and or if not, Europa League, and then you get that exposure, obviously. So there's that. MLS, we have the Concacaf Champions Cup, which doesn't kind of measure up to that. But that's why I'm saying, good luck to them. There's always that pressure for Glasgow. For Celtic to represent Scotland at that level, and just getting there is a big deal for somebody like Julian, I would say.
And really, you're like bragging about the Champions League. Imagine like facing Foss in like a quarterfinal.
Olympia. Ooh.
Sheesh.
Yeah, let's go play against PSG. Oh yeah, big deal.
Have you had to play Olympia in Honduras on a Wednesday night? No.
Beautiful.
All right. So I got another challenge for you guys, or not another one, but a challenge for you guys. I call this challenge "Make It Make Sense." So one of the hotter free agents this MLS offseason was Walker Zimmerman. So it is now official. He has signed with Toronto FC. Guys, make it make sense.
Well, I thought he was on a DP contract with Nashville, wasn't he? I don't think the LA Galaxy could have matched the money that he probably wanted.
I'm not talking about us, just in general.
Oh, just with Toronto? I mean, good for them. To be honest, good for them. They haven't had anything to be excited about. He is probably one of the better defenders in MLS. And for a city of Toronto to get somebody like that, good for you guys.
Nobody's got anything.
No. I mean, yeah. He at the beginning of the window. I mean, I actually called out that he wouldn't be a terrible signing for the Galaxy. Of course, the Galaxy did me one better and signed Glesnes, and then did me one better from there and signed an even better free agent in Justin Hack. So, I mean, the Galaxy kind of outdid me, to be honest. I called for them to look at Zimmerman, and they shot for the stars. But no, this isn't a bad pickup for Toronto. I wonder about Walker Zimmerman himself, like what this says about where he feels like he is in his career. Some players, they go, I'll take a little less money to go to a contending team. Doesn't look like Toronto's really a contending team right now. So again, maybe he's just kind of like, all right, I'm taking that one last cushy contract, and before I ride off into the sunset. But yeah, I feel like he kind of settled a little bit right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 32. He's a defender. Defenders, usually, come into a lot of contact, and you take a wrong hit, that it'll hamper you. But it's a 3-year contract. I don't know how much of that is guaranteed, but it's an opportunity, like you said, Rob. Get the nice cushy contract before age really starts to settle in. Age is undefeated, so but it's interesting because it comes like on a World Cup year, right? Right on the heels
Right.
of a World Cup year, and so you would think he'd go somewhere where in the lower 48 instead of going up to Canada. But uh, as far as Toronto is concerned, they've been down for so long.
Mm.
Anything like this is a huge plus for them. I know that their fans are happy to have him there, but they've been down for so long that
Shit.
I mean, you could send them. I don't know. You could send them like a cupboard cutout of Eric Zavaleta, and they'd probably be happy to have it.
Fuck, man. Even Drake's let Toronto down recently. It's pretty bad out there.
He lets everybody down, dude. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
He let himself down most of all.
No, but I guess it's like what I mentioned before. Like at the end of the day, these guys are MLS players, right? Get that bag while you can. That's probably
Truth.
going through his mind too. It's like this isn't like Cristiano or somebody that can be like, screw it, I'll take a cut and I'll just retire with this money. I was like, nah, he's yeah. I'm not mad at him. I just wondered, like, to me, it points out it wasn't, at least in my opinion, outside looking in, it wasn't a football decision, in my opinion.
Yeah, get your money.
Yeah.
Get big out of that.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at him. Get your money. Get your paper.
Well, you know what? No, yeah. You know what? I am mad at him. Maybe because he still talks shit about us when he went to Nashville. You know what? I'm gonna take back everything I said, and I'm gonna go with maybe he hasn't recovered from that bicycle kick he got to the head.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So apparently there are strong feelings from Eddie against Walker there. So it's on site. It's on site, Zimmerman. You know
Yeah,
what's up.
Yeah. Put the hair on the line. Wait, does he still have the hair?
Oh yes, he does.
Okay, cool.
He's like Thor.
Nah, he looks like stupid.
He's like Timu Thor.
Guys, if you're like me, this is also going to ruin your 2026. Footy Headliner has put out basically what the Galaxy 2026 home jersey can look like. It looks like the sash is coming back. So apparently, it's going to be a tribute to the club's history with a forward-looking design sash.
What does that mean? I mean, for me, maybe that bottom right is kind of forward looking because it's just like the absence of the sash, I guess.
Yeah,
You know?
like that's cool. I'm not a fan of the sash. I'm not.
I like the sash. I like the sash. I
like it too.
Yeah, I think it's like the last Nike kit Galaxy had with the the old green and gold had the sash on it. And the fact that they kept the sash for so long after that, it's like a good bridge between the different generations of, I guess, of the kit and the logo. Um, and I remember, I think it was, it was Josh. He was saying how, when they brought back, that last kit, the one that has like the empty space that looks like a sash, it's kind of like getting back to the sash, getting back to those glory years. And that's when they won the cup, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but during those years when they didn't have the sash, they were god awful, right? Um, and then you got to earn that sash back, and now it came back, and obviously they had last year, which God, I hope that's just a mulligan. But but we'll see what they have in plan. I'm a big kit guy, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of design it's going to be. I'm curious to see what forward design means. I
Yeah.
hope it doesn't mean that it's designed by AI or something.
That's all it means. And you see, normally the sash is a 90-degree angle. We went crazy and did 91 degrees.
Along the Z-axis. Whoa, that's coming at you.
The sash is going to be on the back. Oh,
Well,
Oh no!
traditionally it goes from the. Can you bring up that graphic again?
Got you.
Traditionally it goes from like so from the top right to the bottom left. Maybe they're like forward looking design and they go from the top left to the bottom right. Who knows? Like
shit.
they just changed the placement of the sash, but I like the sash, man. Yeah, no, it's innovative. I know it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Hey, patent pending Adidas. In case you're watching, this is our fucking idea.
How Project Glow Stick says that he's not a fan of it, but he's gonna buy a couple. I mean, I will too.
Yeah,
So
I always do it too. The only one I
I
didn't,
might not like it, but I'm gonna buy it.
the only one I didn't. Well, actually, I ended up buying it, but I have my reasons, and I ended up with two of them. I think it's the worst one. Is the 2020, the 25th anniversary. You fumbled that so hard.
Oh, they could have done something really cool. The gray one, right? Gray and
It's
white.
supposed to be like a paintbrush, right?
Yeah.
Paintbrush effect.
The silver.
Yeah.
That's
There
kind
were
of
so many kits that were fumbled that year because of that weird template that they had. I think it was only like 2 or 3 of them that actually looked fine. Everyone else looked forced or ugly or whatever. But another thing with the kits that I heard was that they're changing the placement of the stars. And I saw somebody, I don't know if it's what it's going to be, but I saw that the 3 stars, the 6 stars are going to be spread out, 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and they're all going to be gold, which I thought was kind of interesting. I mean, why not? I mean, nobody else has 6 stars, so
That should have been the design from the beginning. I don't understand why they did the little
because
one
we're
on
the
top of the
current
5.
That's a
yes,
Scudetto.
Yeah.
Is that why they did it?
Yes.
Now I gotta get a new one.
Cualquier excusa es buena, ¿no?
Yeah.
You already know.
I wish I
And
had
those, those jerseys are going to be like 200 pop each, man.
I wish I had the mentality and that like fuck it attitude when it came to the replica WWE belts, but I just can't do it.
Yeah,
But every year, I'd buy a $200 LA Galaxy jersey. I could have had at least one title belt if I would have sacrificed like 2 years.
damn.
Hey, yo, I just got to put this one out there. Like, I don't really pick up kits anymore because, like, I can't really wear them to the press box or anything like that. Like, I can't really, like, that's not that I can't be seen out with them, but like, I kind of feel like some kind of way about being seen in the jersey now because, it's like I'm supposed to be neutral, right? And so, while I did grow up a Galaxy fan, like, I am neutral. So it is kind of weird when people see me in a kit and stuff like that. But I hadn't gotten a kit in quite a while, and it took me forever. I'm talking about like 9 months to find the retrograde kit, the black and like the last one that came out, the black and green and red one.
Oh yeah.
The teal and black.
Yeah, it. First off, guys, it's hard to find jerseys for us bigger boys, us more to love boys, and man, that's why it took me forever to find this. I finally found it, man. Finally found it. It's on the way. Like I have so many people in my life that have gifted me Galaxy things that like are in that color scheme. Like somebody gave me the shoes, somebody gave me like the hat. It's like, so I have like basically like the entire fit. I just didn't have the jersey. And now I have the jersey back. I have the jersey now. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
By the way, to complete the fit, because it's a 90s retrograde, you got to wear it with jorts, man.
George.
The scenic cutoffs, bro.
90s jorts, man. No, it's
Jinko
Eddie,
jeans,
come on, man.
Jinko jeans.
Junko jeans.
Jinko jeans.
Jinko jeans. Hell yeah. There we
Big
go.
ass wallet chain.
Yeah, I'm down, dude. No, that's catch me at the home opener.
Hell yeah. Trust me, I know a spot, bro. Go to Miller's Outpost. Go get the rest of your outfit.
Oh, Miller's Outpost.
I like how he said it like on the slide. Hey, dog, I know a spot.
Man, by the way, if you know what Miller's Outpost is, you better go set up that colonoscopy next week, okay?
Come on.
I don't
Come on,
know.
leave me alone.
I heard my grandparents talking about it. Anyways. So we actually didn't get to cover this, and sorry, Rob, for going over this again because we took that break, and it happened right when we took that break. Galaxy signed free agent Justin Haktu from
The real Hacktua.
from NYFC. Interesting signing, right? He had options. Apparently, I think it was after, right, that New York was willing to pay up. I remember. Shout out to our old pod BFFs, still our pod BFFs till they come back. Straight from the stands. They were talking about once. I think it was Pavon or something. But anyways, they said, "Why are we so lucky, right? Like, why are we so lucky to to acquire such a player. Why would he sign with us non DP or take more money somewhere else? It's not like we had a stellar season last year. You know, Ricky was still an unknown before he signed. So as much as I'm excited, I think I'm a little cautious. You know, I'm still happy with the signing because at the end of the day, I think Glenesis and next to uh, Garces is going to be great. So, how do you guys feel? I know Rob, if you want to chime in again, Rob, of course. You know, I just know you covered this already, but again, like I said, I'm just a little cautious.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any red flags, honestly. Like you say cautious. I don't see it yet. And in fact, I've used this phrase, whereas Jakob Glesnes was transformational for the defense, I feel like Justin Hack's signing is foundational for the Galaxy. And this was before the Ricky Pooch thing happened. And of course, you know, we're going to talk about all of that. But I now when this news broke, obviously like things shift with the Ricky news, but when this news broke, I loved the fact that he gives Greg so many different looks. I mean, if you decide to play him as a center back, you can play in two in the back. His skill set is such that you guys that Greg can play three in the back. Now he's pretty risk averse, so I don't really know if he'll do that, but he gives you that option. He can step into that midfield and play as the holding midfielder. You know, I likened him to maybe the Galaxy trying to recapture some of that Mark skill set, and Ananda kind of pushed back and said, no, I kind of see him more as a spiritual successor to maybe like someone like a Gaston Brugman, because he has a good passing skill set to pass out of the back. And that's something the Galaxy have actually lacked a lot of since Jalen Neal left. Jalen Neal, I mean, for whatever people's criticisms of him were, he was great passing out of the back. And that's something the Galaxy have missed a lot. Now with Justin Hack, you have a center back that has a midfielder skill set, can pass out of the back, that's pretty decent aerially, press proven, can run for days, and most importantly, he was available all year, 43 games, 43 starts, and that's going to be important, especially this coming year in which you're not going to have one of your biggest pieces. You guys called it out. He did choose the Galaxy over NYCFC, who could have offered him more money. By the point that NYCFC went into kind of like the sweepstakes for him, that kind of trust had been broken. This is a homegrown player who felt slighted by this team not entering in negotiations with him, being that he wanted to stay initially, but since that trust was broken, he decided to go elsewhere. He also got looks from Europe, decided to go with the Galaxy, and yeah, I mean, I didn't really thought about that, Eddie. Like, you know, where's the I guess the worry? Like, why would he sign with the Galaxy if he has opportunities elsewhere? I mean, uh, Galaxy fans, I mean, could go, you know, big club things. You know, he chose the Galaxy. You know, it could be that. It could be that, you know, he knew that the Galaxy were building a good project. Now, obviously, things shift, but initially, this is signing I'm a big fan of. I like it even more than the Jacob Lesnes signing. Lesnes is 31. You know, he probably has 2 or 3 more good years left him. Justin Hack, he's 24. He's not even in his prime yet. The upside is tremendous.
Yeah, and then the first signing actually makes, you know, it a little easier, you know, a little more calm. And also, I do need to add, for the record, Justin Hawk has way better hair than Walker Zimmerman. I'm just saying.
True.
I wanted to add also, guys. He's one of the players that tormented Inter Miami, particularly during the playoffs. So he's the kind of player that can rise to the occasion in a pressure situation, and you want that, a player that's not afraid to make a difference. Also, uh, after LA Galaxy signed him, the reaction I got from a lot of our podcast friends from around the league was very positive. Everybody was like, "Whoa, how did you guys get him?" You know, and especially from Bob. I mentioned Bob already. You know, he covers the New York market, and he was like, "Wow, that's a really big get for you guys." You know, all of a sudden, Galaxy went from having such a porous defense to like one of the more locked down defenses in the league. Like, we have a surplus of center backs now, and a lot of people are saying, "Well, where's everybody going to fit?" But you know, That's a good problem to have, especially when you begin the season in the Champions Cup and you're
Yeah.
going to have to rotate players in and out of that lineup. And you want to have people that are available to not just come in and play, but play at a high caliber. I mean, think about how thin that position was about a year ago to where it is now, where you can say, okay, we could plug this guy in, or we could put this guy in this situation. When you go up against some of those teams in the Champions Cup tournament.
Yeah, for me, it was the main thing that I wanted the team to address, which was right through the spine. Right, everything that we've complained about this team was always the center backs. We
Right.
don't have the right center backs in this team, and to have a young player to come and choose the LA Galaxy and play out his career here, I'm in for it. I think I'm with Eddie on this one. A little cautious just because of the news we got recently, and it's gonna be a long one for us. But at least the defense is all right.
By the way, I was like uh the other night I couldn't sleep. I remember I think it was 2 nights ago. And I thought about this and I was gonna bring it up in the podcast, like facts that don't seem right. So I was watching like Galaxy highlights. You know, like Pooj and Jonah played together. That's random. And also, Pooj has only been to the playoffs once since he's been here. Does that not seem right?
Damn.
Why does it seem like he's been here longer with more playoff experience?
Yeah,
Because
what-
Galaxy fans have been through the ringer emotionally.
Yep.
I mean, it's a saga every year. It's like,
suppressed memories.
yeah, exactly, man. 2025 was the aberration year. 2024 was the comeback. 2023 was like, we can't take no more of this shit. You know, it's like, and then it's every year it's something. And then to boot, you have with all of that, Ricky getting injured and the team being bad. Then you also have fan boycotts. You also have transfer bans. You also have, I mean, it's la novela más exitosa de Telemundo.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
That's what happens when you're in a big market, right? I mean, Eddie, you're a Laker fan. You've seen the Lakers. To me, every season they're always some kind of telenovela, and it happens when you're in a big market. In a LA Galaxy, I mean, because of the team's history, they're expected to always be up there competing. Kind of fell off right for the last 10 years, but it wasn't about its drama, right? We had Zlatan, we had the boy doing his escapades on the side. We had all kinds of crazy
Poor
stuff
Becky,
happen.
bro.
Pavon, right? There was always some kind of drama going on behind the scenes or on the field. And then the fan boycott, and it's like, dear God, can we? Other teams go through like stages where they don't do anything. They're just there. They just exist to fill a position on the table. And then meanwhile, here we are, like every season it's like, oh my God, can you guys please get it together?
Oh my god. Oh, by the way, we weren't lying. Those phone lines will come open soon. We're a little scared. We haven't done this in a while, but we will turn on those phone lines.
We'll
Be
try
nice.
today.
Be
We'll
nice.
try.
So if you act stupid and do something stupid on the phone lines, you will be banned from the digs for life. We have like weapons over there. So moving on. So you guys remember Alex Alcala? That guy's
Yeah.
still around. So apparently he's trying out with Querétaro. We do have a 20% buyout clause, right? Or sell on clause. So if he ends up signing with Querétaro, that's more monopoly, whatever money for us. That's out of nowhere. I mean, that could definitely help us, especially now that we need some more pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mexican Messi. Oh, and I actually asked this to Brian too. If he's so good, why haven't we signed him?
Yep. That's what I was about to say right now. Why haven't?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, I've kept a close eye on him. I actually honestly forgot about him until like I read about it today. I was like, oh shit, like he's digging his pictures like in the Man City training kit and everything. I'm like, why
Oh
isn't he-
yeah, he does play with us. It was one of those. Yep. I don't know. I mean, if he's able to get a spot in Querétaro, good for him and good for his career because he's not a old kid. He's still young. He still has a lot of
He's
football.
20.
That's not old. I mean, in comparison to me, yeah, but I mean, that's you can go out and get your minutes, get your money, do what's best for you in your career.
get our money?
Get our money.
Come on, Eddie, you're a Chelsea fan, buddy. You know how those clubs do. They amass all these young talents, and they just
Right.
just get them, and then maybe they do well at somewhere, and then they're like, oh yeah, we do have this guy. Okay, call him up, right? And they just amass them, and
And if not their
maybe
assets, then you can sell them. You can flip them.
yeah,
Yeah. But
exactly.
I
don't use
mean,
Chelsea as a comparison though, because they also let go of Mo Salah, Kevin De Bruyne. So don't hope Alex doesn't end up
Kevin,
being one of those, and we're just gonna be like,
Kevin.
but they also brought in Cole Palmer from City. So I mean, but then you can also see it from City's point of view. I mean, like, well, I was talking about this with somebody the other day. They might buy. We're going off the rails here, but they might buy Semenyo. And it's like, do they really need him? No, they don't. But they buy assets, they buy players, so other teams can't have those players. So it's like, look what they did with Grealish. Grealish was a fine footballer, man, and now he's kind of reviving himself under Everton. But man, poor thing. They
Yeah.
killed that guy.
He's actually been good with Everton. Just Everton's not good at all. Like overall team, they're not. They're not top.
Yeah, no, they're not good.
just like football monopoly, right? I guess.
Yeah.
You want this property?
All right.
Yeah, I own Park Place. How much are you willing to pay for it, right?
It's location, baby.
I'm
Location.
still looking for
Location.
that one train from the McDonald's so I can win my $1 million. Moving on, Edgar brought this to our attention.
No, but hey, but you know what? Good luck to Alcala, dude. Because I'm pretty sure I saw him play a couple years back when he was with the what was VCSC? Did he play for VCSC? Did he ever make it there, or was it still the Galaxy 2? And he was silky, man. He was a good little player.
Well, somebody in the chat brought up that he's too short to play in England. I mean,
Okay. Fuck.
I mean, Jovinko, the atomic.
I mean,
hand.
he was small. He was small, man. So
Yeah, he played for Los Dos.
it's oh yeah, no, yeah, and then I'm pretty sure that he played against Wrexham when Wrexham came over, and because I was like trying to remember who I saw him against, and yeah, he looked good against Wrexham, but yeah, I mean, to Nonstop Pressure's point, I mean they were hammering the poor kid. I mean he was slight. I'll give him that for sure.
I mean, he's listed at 5'7", and that might be generous,
He's 5'7".
Yeah, for sure.
right?
Probably more like 5'5", 5'6".
They're counting the cleats when he's standing on solid ground.
In his hair.
He has high heel cleats.
With his man poof. Well, anyways, moving on. Edgar brought this to our attention, which is very interesting. Shout out to Edgar with his friends all over the world, right? He was able to dig this out. So we haven't heard much about Nascimento. I know we talked about it last time if we wanted to see him back. I did with Ricky, wanted to see how that would work out. But there's a chance we might not get to see it because turns out Botafogo plays dirty. Botafogo
Yeah, man.
currently sitting on a transfer ban. What, potentially 3 windows? Is that correct, Edgar?
Correct. Yes. I first heard about this, the rumors about this, listening to our buddies on Scarves and Spikes, and this is because this involves Atlanta United. So the news is that FIFA imposed a transfer ban on Botafogo, lasting up to 3 windows, unless they pay $22.5 million that they owe to Atlanta United. But the news pretty much says that that this in February, a FIFA tribunal ruled that the Brazilian club Botafogo was responsible for the $21 million transfer fee for Thiago Almada, along with $1.5 million in interest after the first 2 installments between both sides were unpaid. Botafogo appealed this, but the ruling was upheld in FIFA's decision. And sources indicated that Botafogo owes Atlanta United an additional $9 million because of his performance-based incentives and the fact that he was transferred on to Atletico Madrid. So they're banned from making any transfers, right? So what does that mean? Who's over here on loan from Botafogo? And I told Rob this, and Rob chuckled about it when we came on. What does that mean for Nascimento? He might be recalled back to Botafogo because they're not going to be able to go out and get anyone unless they pony up the money, and
They need
it
bodies.
doesn't look like they have a lot of money right now, right, Rob?
Nah, there's no money there. I mean, it's kind of akin to what we thought the Galaxy were going through with no resources. I mean, the Galaxy didn't have any resources. I mean, Botafogo literally cannot sign players. I mean, they have a legit transfer ban. So unless they pony up, what is it, Edgar? 22.5?
22.5 plus $9 million additional.
A lot of scratch, baby. That's a lot of scratch, and
Ooh, boy.
and it's not like you can just produce 30 million out of thin air. I mean, I'm assuming they can't sign players, but they can sell players. So hopefully for them, they have a one player in that squad that's worth that 30 plus, that they can move on to just one player, and then they can open for business. But it's going to be tough, whatever we slice it, and they're going to have to. That's 5 Kevin Cabrals.
Right?
That's gold, baby. That's gold. So I mean, they're going to have to figure out a way to keep players and have a team, and that includes Nascimento. Unfortunately for the Galaxy.
Well, let me do the glass half full here. What if they don't have one player, but they just do a fire sale? Like they're just gonna let go of everybody, and we can get them at a discount on a permanent move.
But are they going to want to give them on a discount?
That's what I'm saying. Fire sale. They have to just sell everyone they got.
But then they won't have anyone.
The academy players, whatever, they're just gonna have to
Academy play. I mean, we got to look at it from both sides. Like, yeah, that's a good point that you bring up, right? Where they're pressed to make money some way, somehow, to keep things running, right? So a player like Nascimento, which I looked him up right before we came on, just to see if there's any change in his status. But what I did find was Botafogo fans have been tracking his performance here in MLS, and a lot of them on Twitter were saying that they're so happy that he did well overall this season. He scored 5 goals in 10 appearances in his last 10 matches, and he got 3 assists. And they're happy that he's gaining the confidence that they had hoped he would have had playing with Botafogo since a young age, and that they're really looking forward to seeing him come back in the future. So there's that. So this could swing either way. It could swing in the favor of LA Galaxy, where Botafogo is desperate, and they're like, okay, how much are you guys willing to pay, for him? Or Botafogo might be like, oh my God, we need players now, and it looks like he got some seasoning in him. Let's bring him back and see what he can do for us. It's an interesting situation at a time when there's a lot of things moving. Silly season has been really silly this year, and
It's about to get sillier.
it's about to get sillier because of what we're about to talk about. But my God, there's a lot of wheels in motion right now.
If it's called silly, I'm not laughing.
I know. If Botafogo does have a fire sale, let's get a camp from them. It looks like we need one, so
Yeah,
Hey, no, seriously, what else you got?
there you go.
there it is. Bundle sell, baby.
Oh my God, Brian, you want to bring up that super chat real quick because I guess we can start getting into this fun.
Yes, sir.
Silly season, whatever.
And unfortunately for everybody,
We're gonna need more of that healing money.
that did not work this season.
No, that one goes towards Miney now. By the way, I relate to Ricky Pooge. Well, it's not as bad probably, but yeah. Anyways, shout out to Adam. Adam, thank you for the super chat.
What up, Big Adam?
$5. He says you might have went over this, but why was the surgery decided to do it till just now? So I mean, if I understand correctly, it just happened, right? It was not like something that they knew about and then like let's wait. It kind of just happened. So the Galaxy, getting into it, the Galaxy put out the official statement. Ricky Pooge has undergone successful anterior, I can't even pronounce this, ACL, reconstructive surgery on his left knee just over a year after a similar procedure in late 2024. Pooge is expected to make a full recovery, and this is where it really hurts. Be ready to rejoin the team for the starts of the 2027 MLS season. Didn't
Damn.
expect to start my year with that.
Damn.
Yeah. I'll just say real quick. I had knee surgery in my right knee, like in, I'll say early 2024. No, late 2023, like in December 2023, and it wasn't for anything like anterior cruciate ligament related. It was, I had torn cartilage in my knee just from years of wear and tear. So I had the surgery. My knee was hurting and popping a lot, and so I had the surgery, and I seemed to be fine. It took me a while to recover, and then about 9 months down the road. By the way, I didn't have full mobility. I wasn't like running or anything like that. But I was hoping to heal to the point where I could start running again. I remember I had told Eddie and Brian, because everybody, the guys were training to do that tournament that Manny from the Outlaws had started. And I remember I was like, I told the guys, I'm gonna start training so I can, play with you guys. And I remember the first night I went out to go and run, I felt a pop in my knee, and I was like, "What's going on?" And my knee started locking, and I started feeling burning in my knee. And it turned out I had like a bone chip the size of a peanut floating around inside my knee. I could
Oh,
feel it
Bubba.
floating around. It was disgusting and hurt a lot. There were times when my knee would lock and I couldn't move my leg. So I went to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh, you got something there. Let's open you up again." And they went in there, they cleaned it up, and my knee is okay since then. I mean, I'm not exactly out there, shooting hoops or doing anything like that, but it just goes to show, right? I'm not an athlete. I'm not doing crazy things, and my situation was different. But the knees are so delicate, um, that we've seen this before. And unfortunately, the last time we saw is a Galaxy related, it ended someone's career. And I'm talking about Robbie Rogers. Robbie Rogers suffered a really bad injury, and he had surgery that we had hoped would uh, make it so that he could play again at Galaxy. And Robbie Rogers was a solid player when this happened. The surgery was botched so bad that he needed surgery to repair the damage from the original surgery, and he never came back, and he had to retire. I mean, Ricky, I think hope is not anywhere near the realm of that, but it happens, right? It happens. The surgery, they did it as they thought it should have been done. All these months went by, and he went through the rehab, and it just so happened that it did not work for some reason or other. The tendons didn't heal like they should have, and or maybe something happened while he was training. Sometimes athletes are trying so hard to get back that they push themselves, right? They Because you got to test it. And we always said this. Remember, we mentioned this during his recovery period. If and when he comes back, maybe and the if is if he comes back this year, right? This last past season, when he comes back, is he going to be the same player? Is he going to play with that same fire, that same drive, or is the thought
Explosiveness.
on the back of his mind, right? I might get hurt if somebody runs into me, or at that first hit, that first hard tackle, or if I take the wrong, if I shift my leg a certain way, or if I'm playing on turf and my foot gets stuck on the rug, what's going to happen? All these thoughts are running through the mind of an athlete. And so maybe at some point he got hurt. Maybe at some point it just didn't heal correctly. And then they go and check him out, and they see, okay, are you ready to go? And he's not. It's just it sucks. It's unfortunate. Um, and a lot of people are saying, he's a professional athlete. He's getting paid a lot of money. But you know what? Exactly. He's a professional athlete. They don't have a long shelf life, right? They play for like maybe 10, 15 years at most if they're lucky. And they got to make all their money during that time unless they find a way to franchise themselves. But he's still so young. He's still, trying to establish himself as a marquee player, not just in MLS, but for Spain. He has the dream that one day maybe he could play again in La Liga or play for the national team in Spain. So this is a huge setback for him. It's a huge setback for Galaxy fans. It hurts, right? And I know, and fans from other teams. Um, like I said, like I was telling you guys, I was joking. The day before the injury happened, my buddies and from other podcasts were like, "Wow, you guys got all these great signings. Galaxy looks really good." Literally 24 hours later, they're like, "Damn, that
Yeah.
sucks for you guys. What are you guys gonna do?" And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. What you got for us, Rob?
Yeah, this one is tough, man. I mean, I shared with you guys that I was on vacation, right? And I was actually kind of unplugged for a couple of days. I found this news out by my co-host on Lacuna, Ananda, and it was really really tough to kind of like know around about what happened, but not know like the context or and just kind of like see the emotional visceral reaction at first, right? Um, since then, I've read a little bit about ACLs and everything like that. And from what I understand, the most common issues, I mean, the guys, they didn't explain exactly what happened, but they did put out a couple of press releases. And in the press release, it says that he had a setback. Typically, what happens when ACLs have setbacks is that the graft, which is implanted in the knee, uh, starts to fail. So there's a couple of different ways that the grafts can happen. They can go ahead and do an allograft, which is from a deceased donor, or a bare implant, which is your own tissue, your own blood. But then that graft has to actually connect in your knee and has to kind of like attach itself and start to like live on its own. And typically when the setbacks happen, that hasn't happened, or it's weaker than it should be, or the connection isn't as strong as it should be. The article that I read brings up Gavi and Rodri, who had similar injuries, and they also had setbacks. I mean, Edgar called out these athletes trying to get back and play. It's not even because one of the reasons is because they have a short shelf life, but they're athletes, they're warriors, they want to get out there and they want to play, right? They want to help their teams. Same thing for Ricky Puig. I mean, we saw his warrior mentality in pushing through and playing in the rest of that game. And similarly, I mean, Will Kuntz made a joke to us at the end of the year how Ricky hit him up and said, "Hey, I want to play against Minnesota, the last game of the year," and he had kind of like talk him down. So we don't know how close Ricky actually was. I mean, the last time we spoke to Greg, Greg let us know that he was back in training and doing some light drills, but people weren't going into the full tackles, and people were kind of, he likened it to that the quarterback in NFL trainings where they're wearing like the red shirt, and that's kind of like, hey, don't tackle them, be extra careful with them. So it's tough to hear because you don't know how close he was to getting back actually, but this makes it such that the Galaxy are going to be forced to confront a lot of different questions about roster flexibility, about who steps up now to be leaders on this roster, about their identity. Like, how do they build? Do they build with Ricky? Do they start to quietly build for a life, perhaps without him? I mean, you already lost 1 year. You're already going to lose another year. I mean, what does that do to your rebuild timeline? I mean, who do you actually sign to be that replacement? I mean, what is your roster model? Do you go to do DPs for U22s? What kind of DP do you actually sign? I mean, Bryant brought up, hey, get a Cam now. There's been talk of getting a 9, but now with Ricky gone, I mean, do you bring in that maybe a veteran, an older veteran player that understands, that this is going to be Ricky's team when he comes back? There's a lot here to unpack. I mean, it's very very nuanced. I mean, basically everything from here on out, the Galaxy will be judged, or will have to be done through a lens of Ricky. Basically, everything. I mean, everything in regards to the roster, how they construct it, who they let go. It's all going to be decided with the lens of Ricky in the here, in the now, and in the future.
I think it's you do have to prepare post Ricky now, because it's like you said, it's 2 years, right? At the end of the day, everyone was already like, who do you get back after a year? Now it's like, oh shit, who do you get back after 2 years? You're literally talking about someone, no matter how good they are, you're talking about a human being that has not played a game in 2 years, right? So there is a lot of questions like, what do you do? What do you do now? Do you use that DP for a 9? Do you use it for a Cam? I think now it's like, so I'm looking at it this way. What came across my mind was, and I'm sure you'll agree, Rob, I've told everyone else here that last year's issues was deeper than Ricky, right? It wasn't just Ricky. So now we've fixed some of those issues. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do and build a core that we can plug in Ricky next year if it comes down to that, right? So let's put a band-aid on it. Find somebody on loan from Europe, a cam that's looking for maybe somehow break into the World Cup. There's 40 teams playing right in this next World Cup, so there's got to be some like no-name player that could actually ball out here in MLS. And that's where I think I'll be judging hard and seeing what Kuntz and friends can do and help salvage whatever they can salvage this season, because we were off to a good start in the offseason, and now it's just like, shit, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, they already kind of addressed the two things like you mentioned, and so I'm not too worried about the front office. My main thing with this whole Ricky injury was seeing it from his point of view in a personal level.
Yeah.
It hurts to go down like that, especially when you've worked so hard to try to get back on the pitch, try to, help out the team as soon as possible, and then something like this happens again. It hits your morale big, and all my love to Ricky, because what he's going through right now is probably some of the worst feeling that anybody could go through, especially when you're a competitor like he is.
Yeah, it's some sick irony that the week leading up to this news, I remember I was looking through my Twitter timeline, and there was at some point I had posted, "Hey," it was like sometime in the middle of summer, and I was like, "Hey, I think Ricky's been added to the League's Cup roster. Hey, we excited to see him back, right?" And then of course that got pushed back. And then the question was like, we're going to see him at some point, right? The season's a wash. And the discussion was, is it prudent to put him out there, risk him getting injured again, or give him some time to play? And then of course we never saw that. And then like Rob said at the end, he asked for playing time against Minnesota. We didn't see that. There was rumors of, hey, he might play in that game against America. Didn't happen. Right. And now we get to this point where like, well, I guess things were a lot worse than we could have ever fathomed, right? Because that's not part of that's not the expectation that we had, right? We have expectations. You hear, especially when it comes to medical issues, right? You're given a prognosis, right? And you're told this is what's supposed to happen, and this is when you're expected to get better or heal. And then you get to that point and you realize that you're not only not healed, but you need to start from scratch again, and that's the hard part. But obviously, still in the middle of silly season. And Eddie, I want to. I know you. We were gonna mention this earlier, but I guess it's worth mentioning now, and I'll pass it over to you. But there is a rumor that's flying around. I saw it today. Was the first time I saw it, but we should address it. Eddie, go.
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
that was my bad. I did skip over it. Sorry, my spreadsheet is not as colorful as usual is. So one, Casemiro is apparently rumored. How legit are these sources? I don't know. I kind of get this feeling
Why the fuck you lying?
when I see those rumors, but I guess it's
Class.
something to not really ignore, because now we need something there, right? I'm not a United fan. I know he spent time in Madrid, but even then, I've been watching more MLS. So, what could he actually bring to this team? Do you guys think that this is going to be something that's going to help us, or
Yo,
Most
Eddie, man, I am a United fan, and let me tell you, he has had a resurgence this year. He's played a lot better this year than last year. He's just not. It is not going to be what the Galaxy need. I mean, they're going to need a creative type midfielder, and Casemiro's a combative center defensive midfielder,
Yeah, I was gonna say
which
the CDM.
which they just picked up. I mean, they should not blow the resources here. Casemiro's what, 35, 36?
33,
I mean,
I think.
oh, I was going to say initially 33, but I felt like he was a little older.
he feels like he's older?
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
33. Yeah, I just don't think this is what the Galaxy need. I mean, the resources are going to be not spent wisely here. They definitely need an offensive type player, whether that's a cam or whether that's a nine or whether that's like Nonstop Pressure says a creative winger that can drop in and play as a false nine. I mean, it's just not Casemiro. Too much money to be spent there.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the silver lining in this, if there is one, is that because he's going to be placed, Ricky Puig is going to be placed on season-ending, status. He's not going to play the entire season. That means that Galaxy unlocks that clause where you can go and find a DP to replace him, who's a DP. But that's where you have to walk that fine line between, what kind of player you're going to get, because he's only going to be around. He's only going to be around for a year at least, right? But you never know what could happen over the course of 12 months. You never know what's going to happen with a Joseph Paintil or oh my god, I forgot his name. I'm
Gabriel
so
Peck.
sorry. Yeah,
Becky.
Gabriel Peck, right? And so their status might change. And if you bring in somebody who's younger as a DP, somebody who plays that position in the middle, maybe it's an opportunity for them to shine with LA Galaxy, and something changes with the other DPs, and Ricky comes back, and all of a sudden you got two guys in the middle, right? Because we know people are gonna bring up, what about Royce, right? We know Royce, he's touch and go, man. You hit him hard enough, he's not gonna let. I mean, I look at him and I'm like, we're not gonna get full season out of him,
Yeah.
right? Who knows how many minutes he's gonna play, right? Um, and so you can't depend on him. Yeah, he's great when he's on, but you're not gonna depend on. So you got to go and find somebody. So that's the thing. Is it gonna be a band-aid for 1 year, or is it gonna be somebody who you can look to and say there might be a future there
I think
once that season is over?
so. I was gonna ask you guys, right? This question: what do you do? Right? Put your GM hat on, and what do you do? So for me, I was gonna do. I say one or two things. I mentioned earlier, like an audition. Find somebody that you can get loaned from that is looking for minutes that that you scouted potentially can be this star, and then you make that and then you make that decision at the end of the season. Same thing. Go get a star. Go get another star with that DP, and then make that decision at the end of the season. What are you gonna do? You have a whole year, right? You could sell Peck, you could sell Painsil, and at the end of the day, this is a business. If you find a star that's outperforming or doing what Ricky, putting up the numbers that Ricky was putting up, you move him somehow. Maybe he has a buyout clause. I don't know. You figure it out. You figure it out at the end of the season. You have a whole year now. They didn't wait this time.
I disagree though, man, because like philosophically, you got to decide what you're gonna do now, right? You got to decide if you're sticking with the whole ethos. This is Ricky's team. The system is built around him. In which case, you do got to find that stopgap, right? That player who understands that I'm here to, either revive my career or whatnot. But in a year and a half when Ricky comes back, this is his team. So a player that's going to be okay with that, a younger player that's developing, or like I said, a veteran playmaker, or you got to decide like, okay, we need to start building for life without Ricky, and then you go out and get that attacking player, that DP marquee signing, because you've already decided, okay, we're moving on past Ricky. We can't wait for him any longer. We have to be competitive. So I think that's the very first thing you need to decide on. Like, are we moving past Ricky? Are we sticking with this is his team? We're going to wait for him, so we need to have a stopgap.
This is where we can trigger real quick because of what he said, Edgar. I just want to counter that. So Band-Aid is really tricky, right? So let's say, this veteran, whatever, that's willing to do that job. But what if he just blows the shit out of the water, and we're just like, whoa, even fans and on the field, and then what? You're gonna be like, oh, thanks, we're gonna take this guy back that hasn't played in 2 years. Damn, I couldn't do that. That'd be
that's the fear, right? Is that like any, especially if it's a loan, that's the fear. He's like, you get a player that comes in, kills it, and then they're gone, right? But that's kind of like why every roster decision now hangs so much in the balance. And like I said, this could be the sliding doors moment, because if the Galaxy choose wrong, say they choose for whatever reason, like we're moving past Ricky, we're getting this player, we're starting to rebuild around this player, right? And that player doesn't work out, then they're kind of screwed. I mean, they do have Ricky coming back next year, but then they're already committed to the third player. Like you said, they have to figure out what to do with their now at this point 4 DPs, unless by this point next year is like, hey, we've loosened the purse strings a little bit and we're allowing teams to have 4 DPs. That becomes a problem. I mean, we already saw what happened with Diogo dos Santos when Zlatan's deal became DP deal. Galaxy were faced with a hard decision. So it's one of those things where you literally have to make that decision now, and it has to be the right one. I mean, you could be shooting yourselves in the foot, like I said, for a good moment. I mean, if you get this one wrong.
I mean, you got to gamble to win. This is their opportunity to try to do something new, bring in some fresh blood, something that, what you're both were saying, somebody that could do what Ricky does. Good luck, front office.
All right, guys.
Well,
It
becomes even harder.
Yeah.
Let me put things into perspective for you, because this is going to give you a completely different way of looking at things, and it'll give you guys an opportunity to have more flexibility. In 2027, things are going to change in MLS. Don't forget that there's going to be that one transitional short season before the main season begins in July, right? Let's say, right, that somebody comes over and they bring Galaxy gets a DP between now and the start of the season, and to replace Ricky. And this guy, they build the team around this person, right? Like, yes, this is Ricky's team, right? In essence. But right now, you need to put something on the field that's going to win. So you bring this person in, and you build this team around this guy and with the players that you got, and you work just for this season, if it within this vacuum, right, of 2026. Whether you win or you don't, at least you're making it an effort. Now, let's say 12 months from now, right, we're all here sitting around talking again, and a year has passed, and whether Galaxy did well or not, at least we can look at it and be like, hey, you know what? They gave it their best shot. But here comes this transitional period, right? We're like, what, 3 months, 2 months, whatever it's going to, however long
The
it's
mini
gonna be.
tournament.
Yeah, the mini tournament. And you're going to be like, okay, this player was amazing, right? And here comes Ricky back. And that's when you make that difficult decision. Like I said, 12 months went by. So we don't know what's going on with Peck and with Pinto. And then you have to make that decision and whether or not you're going to keep him. Now, let's say that the Galaxy is like, okay, Ricky's back. Thank you. You were great. You did your job. Maybe we can buy you down, on this other contract, and you can stay with the team, or we're gonna have to let you go. But Ricky's back, and then you have that flexibility of having those 3 months in that mini tournament to make this Ricky's team again. Forget winning that thing, right? It's like a little mini tournament. It's gonna have an asterisk on it at the end of all, right? And if you win it, somebody's gonna, there's gonna be somebody hating, like, oh, you guys won that mini tournament. That doesn't count, right? Like, when people talking about the 2020 Dodgers, oh, it was like, the bubble. It doesn't count. Whatever. In the end, somebody had to win it, and whoever's gonna win it is gonna be like, fuck it, we won, right? But that'll be an opportunity for LA Galaxy to be like, okay, let's make this Ricky's team again. Use this time, to not just train to make it Ricky's team, but make it bona fide, genuine Ricky's team, so that by the real 2027 season begins in July, he can start, and knowing that this team is his. Or you could do that with whoever, comes in, and let's say Ricky's just not there yet, and it's going to take them a lot longer. At least you have somebody there who's already been there through an entire year and knows what it takes, to run this club, and they could ease Ricky back before the 2027 season starts in earnest.
That's
There
a
you
lot
go,
of
guys.
posit-
It's
That's a lot of
flexibility.
positivity. That's a lot of positivity, to be honest.
Yeah.
Every scenario we drew, I feel like we're gonna lose in any of these situations.
Yeah, and I mean it's so hard to replace Ricky's skill set, man. It's just like, he's a one of one player, at least in MLS. I mean, like internationally, I'm sure you could find another player that's close to him. I mean, this is where the challenge comes in for Will Kuntz and his staff now. But it also becomes harder because now any team that the Galaxy deal with, they're going to have less leverage with. Teams are going to know that the Galaxy are going to be desperate to replace Ricky, or maybe not even replace him, but sign a player that's going to fit their needs. So they're going to have less negotiating power. I mean, the prices that they're probably going to get thrown now, especially especially with how much is left in the transfer window. I mean, had this happened right at the end of the season, I mean, they would have a little more time. Now they have what? They have basically like a month and a half now until the first game against San Miguelito. So now they really got to go into overdrive. Less negotiating power on an unproven player who could catch an inflated price in a shorter amount of time. It makes for a hell of a decision that you need to get right.
But this is where I judge hard, right? I mentioned like judging hard on Kuntz because I think of two of our recent DPs, and Ricky Puig came as a TAM player first. Zlatan came as a TAM player first. Those were also shitty situations where we were desperate, and whoever was in charge figured that out. And I always gave a lot of credit to, and I still do, to Jovan Karolski. I didn't want him to go because I think people answer his calls. So I still think he was a good person to have, and I think he was important in a lot of those moves. So we're gonna see now it's Kuntz's turn because people are gonna know we're desperate. So let's see what he can pull off.
Yeah, but to be fair to Kuntz and friends, on the rebuild year they built a team that won a championship. So I don't see it past them that they can't do something similar this upcoming season where they're able to replace what Ricky can do on the pitch.
Boys, what if that happens? What if we win the title?
Rebuild and win it again?
Ricky? Are we all going to be like, let's bring Ricky back? And we bring the super chat up. Let's add this to the mix, Brian.
Well, check it out, man. Like I was going to bring in a totally different like way of looking at this, in which the Galaxy kind of use this injury relief creatively, right? I mean, last year we saw a team that was historically the worst Galaxy team on paper. It shouldn't have been that way, but it was, right? They addressed a major area of need in the defense, right? So why, instead of spending it on another U22 or a marquee name, why don't you use that injury relief creatively, spread that trade allocation money to invest in depth in the roster everywhere, bring in like more, instead of one marquee name, how about 3 average to good, solid MLS players proven that could be depth, right? Then you weaponize that cap space, you strengthen the roster, you make yourself deeper, and then like I said, this team shouldn't have been that bad. They're still going to be competitive if you strengthen that roster, the mid part of the roster rather than the top part of the roster. Because what we saw last year, a couple of times, Anand and I would be sitting in the press box and go, who can you bring off this bench right now that will make a difference? And there wasn't really, in the moment, at least when we were looking at it, anybody to call on. So if you go ahead and improve the mid tier of the roster, then you might have a couple more players to call on. So I'm talking about, the proven MLS journeyman, maybe somebody like a Masowski, or, just a player like that, that's not a huge name. What did Masowski have last year? Like 17 or 18 goals?
I mean, you're the expert here. We're news across the galaxy.
I mean, who are we? The Los Angeles? Who are we? The Los Angeles Sounders? That sounds like a Sounders front office move.
Would you guys be opposed to bringing Kay Kamara in as a forward?
Oh, get the
please
fuck
no.
in,
Get the fuck out here.
That's another person I have personal issues with.
Goals, man.
Yeah, but I have issues with him too. Let me give you a little backstory. By the way, I used to play with his cousin, so really cool. His cousins are cool. 2 of his cousins.
Didn't you guys run into him?
To his cousin?
No, to Kamara.
I don't know. Point is, that piece of shit had the nerve to say like, "Oh, I'm playing for the Rio LA team" when he signed with them. He graduated from Cal State Dominguez, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he went to Cal State Dominguez, graduated from Cal State Dominguez, and yet he still shit on our team, at our city.
I wouldn't take him, not because of that, but just because he's
just make me happy, just say because of that.
Yeah, because he's an asshole.
There you go,
Eddie.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's long in the tooth, which is a diplomatic way of saying he old as hell.
Yeah, no,
21, baby.
No, jokes aside, that's a thing too. I don't want to,
get older.
An issue with that. Yeah, with bringing someone. We have all these injury problems. Yeah, let's bring an older guy in. That'll help.
You want to bring in a Dax McCarthy type, right? Somebody who's not like an elite player, but who will work hard week in, week out, do all the little intangibles that never show up in the stat sheet.
There was one rumor, and we never addressed it. I don't know if you guys did, Rob. Roger Spinoza has been shopping around for a house in L.A.
I know. We haven't talked about that one. Another one that we haven't talked about is the link to Aguila Davila, America's Davila. So that's another midfield possibility. But now, I mean, there's now the Galaxy could potentially be linked to anybody and everybody. I mean, there that such as like where they have so many avenues that they can go with. Now, I mean. Christian Espinoza, I mean, you mentioned in Espinoza. Christian Espinoza said goodbye to the Quakes.
That's why I don't know why I said Roger. Anyways, Christian. Yeah.
I mean, I was like Roger. Okay, cool. The real deep name drop right there. But but no, I mean Christian Espinoza is available, and there was speculation that he might be getting a look at by LAFC actually. So now this places his this announcement that he's not going to be back in San Jose a little bit more interesting because now he's a hot commodity. I mean, is he the last remaining like real big fish in free agency? Who knows?
Yeah. But I don't even know if I would go that route, to be honest, because if he's going to take like a DP contract, I'd rather take our chances elsewhere. That's just my opinion. But Brian, if you want to bring up that super chat, that's something that we want to add to the mix as far as the decisions with Ricky goes. So we got to big money.
Hold on. Some healing music.
I feel better. So big money Adam over here. Shout out to Adam, $5 super chat. What does this mean for Ricky now? Because in 2027, it is his last year under contract. So does that change anything? Because now it's going to be rough to like judge his performance in 2027. Coming back after 2 years, it's like, all right, go have a run. How can we decide to bring you back the following year based on
nothing? We haven't seen you play in 2 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, now that's something we're to think about when it comes to making that decision.
Damn. I mean,
we don't know the particulars of the deal yet, though, or not yet. But we don't know the particulars of the deal because there's got to be something in there like due to catastrophic injury, this and that, blah blah blah. If player misses so much time, this clause kicks in. I'd be surprised if there's not something in there like that that affects what his overall contract looks like, whether it be monetarily, whether it be for time. We just won't know that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not even. I mean, Galaxy announced they'll be back in 2027. We don't know that to be true.
Yeah,
we don't. I mean, we could get at the end of 2026, and they could go like, and God forbid, I hope this doesn't happen, but they could be like, you know what, the second surgery was a bust too. He's gonna have a third one. Like. What do you do then?
No. And then they need to make these contracts just like public knowledge. Just like let us see what we're allowed to see. Just like Epstein,
transparency.
Just black out what we can't see.
Different podcast.
Is Maxi Morales a free agent right now? Because he's somebody that to fit that mold of Ricky type player and come into the midfield.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think he is because I'm looking it up, and I think he might be a free agent right now.
39,
only 38. I mean, but like I said, this is you're not looking for something long term, right? You need somebody to that just like a Band-Aid for now, but that's. And I'm not saying this is a great option, but it's an option. It's somebody who's just kind of has that same kind of drive. If you ever watch Maxi Morales plays, he plays like that. He's a smaller guy, but
for me, it'd be a no. Do you guys remember a player by the name of Victor Vasquez?
Yeah.
By the way, no, thank you. No, thank you.
According to the internet, which never lies, his contract was done in 2025, and then interestingly enough, he bounced back from a serious ACL injury in 2023. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to dabble with that anymore. Yeah, traumatized when it comes to ACLs and knees and and little guys. So let's not do that.
So one of the funniest thing about this whole thing, like from my perspective, is that the front office is going to have such a tough job this offseason and trying to replace what Ricky does and trying to bolster up the offense and probably add some more pieces on the defense, just for us to shit on their signings. That's gonna
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I
because
mean,
we're not gonna be happy either way.
yeah, like that's why I said everything is now under the Ricky colored lenses, right? I mean, well, it's basically a question of what kind of player they can sign, they can justify signing when quote unquote their best player is out. Like, because like you said, the signing is going to come with huge criticism. Why did they go this way? Why did they go with the striker instead of a cam? Why did they go with this type player? Why did they go with this type player? Oh, he's too old. He's too young. He's not proven. He hasn't played in MLS, or he's only played in MLS. Like it's especially with Galaxy Landia, Papa. Oof.
Oh, I know. GG's.
Oh yeah, they're so friendly on Twitter. That's gonna be great. Yeah.
So friendly and understanding and everything like that.
Yeah. All of it,
Pitchforks.
Patient.
I've always wanted to use this quote. I think this is like the perfect time that we could sign like Jude Bellingham, right? And we'd still be mad because it's not Ricky. And when it comes to Galaxy Twitter, and I never thought I'd be quoting. I'm sure he quoted somebody else, but Logan Paul once said, "There's certain people that I can walk on water, and they'll be like, he's only walking on water because he can't swim."
Yeah, truth.
It's
You're
Logan
gonna have,
Paul.
yeah, I mean, yeah, true. It's Logan Paul, but yeah, have you ever seen that meme? Congratulations, the worst person you know was actually right.
That's a good one.
Yeah. No, that's basically what happened there. No, but I mean, it's true. I mean, it's a devastating blow for Galaxy Landia, for the team, for Ricky, for the front office. I mean, psychologically, the toll that Ricky has to go through now to do the entire rehab all over again, Papa. Like he was bright and happy a couple weeks ago posting about his recovery, and now he has to go through that shit all over again. Can you imagine just how mentally strong he has to be? And then Galaxy fans as well. I mean, they not put up with it, but they went through an entire year of Ricky's on the way back. He'll be back for the end of the season. Then the narrative shifted to he'll be back for 2026. Get your season tickets. Ricky's on the way back, and now it's like, what do you even say, right? What do you even say?
And it sucks. It sucks because it puts this dark cloud like over the the team and the season starting. Like no matter what, unless it is like a Jude Bellingham, there's gonna be that dark cloud like over the stadium in the opener. And before we get going, or actually one more question at this, but I want to throw a name out there because we once said it, and then he came up and said that he never heard from MLS. But this will be an interesting one because I still want him to be with the Galaxy. So if you guys know your Galaxy history, the last World Cup was the first time in Galaxy history that we didn't have anyone representing the U.S. in it from the Galaxy. So there's a Cam that's had issues, and he's a baller in my opinion. He needs the minutes. He wants to be in that World Cup roster. A little Gio
I know what you're talking
Reyna
about.
action.
Gio Reyna action. Yeah. Oh my god.
Get on the phone. Let's do it. And he's from New York, Coons, I'm walking here. Call him something.
That was your New York, bro. That was great.
Some taxi cab, man.
That was great.
You're walking here.
Oh shit.
That'd be a stretch.
Oh man.
But,
So,
anyway, no,
no,
I no.
you buy?
Nah, I don't. Sorry.
It's somebody hungry that wants to make a World
Yeah,
Cup.
but he has a fragile injury as well and MLS is very physical. So
He
I
plays
don't.
in Bundesliga. That's pretty much as physical.
Well,
as
that's where he fucking stayed injured. What do you mean? And he's gonna come over here to stay healthy? No.
this is in the Bundesliga, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get behind that one, man. I mean, he just if the Galaxy try to build around Gio, I mean, they would still have to change your style of play. It's he just doesn't have the skill set that Ricky has, or the work rate. To be perfectly honest, he has the attacking skill set. He just doesn't have the work rate. So
Or the
I don't know what.
confidence.
Yeah, true. Or the confidence, the swagger. That's what I love about Ricky too, man. Is that like he has that swagger on the field. He's an emotional leader. I don't see that from Gio Reyna. No,
Yeah.
no shade to him. But yeah, I'd pass on that one too.
Yeah, but let's talk about a loan deal. Come on. All right, it's all
Fetch
good.
is not gonna happen. All right.
I mean,
So fetch.
I always say if the money is right, why not? And if it's a loan deal and the money is right, shit, why not? I mean, I'm not opposed at that point. I mean, but the money's got to be kind.
All right. Oh, looks like we got a super chat. I got this one. So, this is great. Who is Mike Jones? Ask who? Mike Jones. Who?
Mike Jones.
Mike Joe.
G's up.
Let's go.
Thank you for the super chat. Oh, damn,
All done.
1999. I think I can start running again. My knees are ready. Anybody remember the phone number to call Mike Jones?
Damn, no. What is it?
Oh, bro.
No, bro. Yes.
But I know the phone number to call here. If you wanna call us and tap in, you guys
Or just call Mike Jones.
941-523-0791.
Get it.
330-8004. That's how you get Mike Jones. Something like that.
The song was cool.
So, anyways, all right, we're gonna end with this last question, and then we'll let you go. I know it's getting late. We appreciate you, Rob.
Hey, all
much
day.
fun having you here. I'm down to run it back tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we doing it. I mean, if y'all are here watching these Nag boys do their thing, we're gonna have them on Acuna tomorrow night. So stop by. I mean, we're gonna be getting heavy into the Ricky stuff. So y'all know where to find us.
Yeah. So, oh damn, another big baller Adam. Oh, he's not getting outdone. Not getting outdone by Mike Jones. So,
All right. Hold on. We'll do this one.
We need a lot of
and
heat.
this one, and then this one.
hell yeah, dude. I can go replace Ricky now with all this Healy money.
Yeah.
By the way, Pain Sales contract ends in 2027. We just make him our statistician or something because we're not doing nothing. Peck has one more year on his contract until 2028. I know this is an urgent need, but does the Galaxy sign a new goalkeeper for 2026 season? I don't think we ever talked about it because I personally am okay with it. I think the only one I was like, yeah, I'll do it was if we get oh my God, how do you say his name? Herbert from the American keeper.
Hovart.
There you go. That was
Hobart.
close. Yeah, because he was rumored and I actually got that for. You know what's crazy? By the way, I love your pod, Rob. And there was a lot there when you guys had Tommy Scoops on there. He was talking about that was not even circulating online. He mentioned the keeper rumor too, and I was like, that never circulated online.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because everybody thought that Mitrovic was the guy. I mean, and then the Galaxy were linked at one point to Dane St. Clair. They were linked to Ethan you say it Horvath? How do you say it?
Horvath, I guess. I think.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how he pronounced
Once he
it.
signs, we'll learn his name.
Yeah, exactly. but yeah, no, I thought Mitrovic would have been secure in his spot. But I mean, if I had to guess, Adam, I would say that they'd go into 2026 with Mitrovic, perhaps not through lack of trying to get somebody else, but now the focus shifts to obviously the midfield and what they're going to do there, or the attack and how they're going to replace Ricky. But yeah, I would be betting it's Mitrovic as the one.
I mean, the plus side with Mitrovic at goal is that now he has a better center back pairing to help him out. So,
and I wonder what the issue is with him. I thought he did just fine. He had a terrible back line, right? How many times did I bring up here? Straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Straight down the middle. As a goalkeeper, I mean, what the hell you're supposed to do? You're just facing one-on-ones all fucking day. So,
Right.
No, I think one of the biggest issues, Eddie, and we talked about this before, is the communication. How he's like he's a quiet fella. He kind of keeps to himself. Remember, his teammates would say that the times when they would see him talk the most, or be the most vocal, was when Dejan was still around with the team. But for I mean, if you're a goalkeeper, and like I said it before, I used to play goalkeeper, and you have to be very vocal. You're like, you have a perspective that your teammates don't have. So you have to like direct from the back and tell people, hey, cover that hole, or hey, move shift over here, or hey, keep an eye on this guy. He's trying to move over and into this position. I can see this guy creeping. These are the things you have to say. And if you're not gonna have that ability to communicate freely, or at least at the most basic level, even if there's like a language barrier, to let people know, hey, or whatever. If you're gonna be quiet, that's not good for a goalkeeper. And we know Gato is his goalkeeping coach, and we know Gato is a solid goalkeeper, and maybe they worked on that, and it's just something that just hasn't been nailed down. So at what point do you throw up your hands and say, okay, fine, you got to go find someone? And I've said it before. He's not a good goalkeeper. People
Ooh,
think he's good. He's mid. He's mid for MLS. He's mid. Okay,
Hmm.
he's
we
mid.
won.
No. Like, just because he makes a good stop here and there, he's expected to make good stops. And the reason he has to make a good stop is because he's out of position, and then he has to like shift over and make a fantastic save. Good goalkeepers don't have to make fantastic saves because they're always in good positions. Okay,
Jaime
Or their
Pereira.
center backs don't let shots through. So that's
and
also
like I said, there has to
a
be that
thing.
conversation. There has to be that dialogue between him and his defense. And if there's a lot of it's so we pointed out different things: lack of communication, not good positioning, and maybe also lack of real proven experience, because he's still young. He's probably got confidence issues, and if you're going to give up a glut of goals like that, especially in games like against New York, and then you have the
Ooh.
game against Philly, where you give up a lead like that. That stuff sticks to you.
Damn. Joe Cool's right. Edgar's a hater. He had a haterade for
Keeping it
breakfast.
real, man.
Washed it down with some haterade.
Hey, Brian, like in that movie, right? Just keeping it real, man.
Boy,
Keeping it real.
Vikovic, only 24. I mean, I like you said, it's not urgent. To me, it's not an urgent matter. Keepers, I would still look at it. That's another year. Very young keepers play till they're like 100, so I think we'll be okay. And the only thing that bothers me is like, how can you be skinny and have a double chin? That's fucking wild. But,
He's got a dad body. He's not even a dad yet.
yeah, weird. I mean, all right. So that question that I've been trying to get to, 2026, boys. Now we know we won't be seeing Ricky in a Galaxy uniform for the whole year. How you guys feeling now? If you had to just like bank on or just guess what the Galaxy is going to do with this spot, how is the season going to end? How are we going to? Are we going to be having our last podcast on October, or what's happening here, Brian? I see you already pointing.
I'm gonna quote a great movie, Waterboy.
Uh-oh.
We suck again.
Nah, I don't think
We
we're that
suck
bad.
again. It's a big loss what Ricky had. I think because of the two defense that were signed. The next step that I think Sanabria is going to take to actually help this team. Um, we don't know where this team is headed. For me, I think we're going to repeat what we did this season, maybe slightly better. I'm gonna set the bar low, because then if I set it too high,
That's different.
yeah. So I'm gonna set it low. I think we're gonna do the same as last season.
See, if you lower your expectations, right? What is it? We
Can't be
lower our
disappointed.
expectations, and we can't be disappointed. But my God, we just still disappointed, right? Um, no, but I think that I'm more positive about this year, because I think the biggest issue the team had was defense. I think they should work on that communication between the goalkeeper and his defenders. Maybe bringing in fresh blood will help with that, because they can start with a clean slate as far as communicating. I mean, you have two wonderful people working with these players in Kevin Hartman, a goalkeeper, and Captain Dan Kalishman, working with the defense. So I'm sure they'll figure something out. I'm sure Captain Dan, by the way, when he heard the news about Glasnost and a hawk, he's probably like, "Oh, Christmas, yeah!" 'Cause he probably threw up his hands and started jumping around his living room. But now you got to address that midfield issue, and then you wonder, Fagundes is a free agent. What do you do? Do you bring him back? Do you still want to
Yeah,
hang out with him?
there's a lot of questions.
And then you also wonder about there's other people out there. I heard that Oh my God. The guy went to Nashville. I got his name real quick. Grugman. Grugman is a free agent right now. Just
That's a
there's
lot. I
a
mean,
That was done.
there's a lot of stuff going on. What you got, Rob? 2026. Are we gonna suck? Are we gonna be all right?
Yeah, I think if the roster stays as is, if they bring in no one else and it stays as is, I think it's still a playoff team. I wouldn't be willing to bet in the top four, but I think that it's still a playoff team. You still have, Gabriel Pecky and Joseph Paint still. You improve the defense, which was, I mean, let's be real. I've said it a couple times already. They shouldn't have been as bad last year, right? So if you improve the defense that much, how we think it's going to be improved, let's say they just cut out 10 goals, right? I mean, in their 2024 MLS Cup winning season, they shipped exactly 50 goals, right? If they were to cut out 10 of those goals that they conceded this year, that'd be 56. I mean, that's points left on the table, guys. You guys brought up Philly. I mean, that was points left on the table. I mean, all these points dropped from losing positions hurt them. I did the math at one point. If they had picked up all the points that they dropped from losing positions, they would have ended up actually in ninth place, good enough for the play-in game, whatever that is, the wild card or whatever it is Don Carver calls it. So, I mean, it was a playoff team on paper, technically. So, yeah, I expect them to be a playoff team. But if they don't replace Ricky creatively, then, yeah, it's not much further than that. First round exit.
Okay. So I'll go in order. St. Louis, Houston, Colorado, San Jose, Salt Lake, Portland, Dallas, Austin. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there because those are the teams on top of us. The only team below us was Kansas. Out of those teams I've mentioned, I haven't seen them really make any moves, right? I don't see them being better. And like I said, the issue last year wasn't just Ricky. I think they addressed some of those issues, right? And I don't think we're done. So definitely we're not going to repeat what happened last year, 100%. I think you also have to consider Will Kuntz's status is, right, at his job. I think he is going to feel the pressure too to have a successful season. So I just have this feeling that we're going to be here. We're not winning MLS Cup, but I have a feeling that we'll be here talking like midseason. We're like, hey, this is going better than we all thought. I think somewhere like in the 6th to 8th range. I think in the standings when it comes down to it.
First 7 games. First 7 games is where I'm gonna have to really see where they're at. And if the first 7 games are not at least they have a winning home record, then yeah, we're in trouble.
Oh, there's gonna be. Go ahead, sorry.
The first 9 days of the season are monsters. 4 games in the first 9 days, 1 in Panama. I mean, it's gonna be rough.
It's a lot.
That first period at the beginning of the season is going to be really hard for the Galaxy, and with unfamiliar players, it looks like, and a depleted squad, emotionally hit by the lack of Ricky as well.
Yeah.
Just to recap real quick, some of the teams in front of us. St. Louis hired a new manager. Both St. Louis and San Jose Colorado hired managers that are completely unproven.
Yep.
St. Louis manager, his name is Yoan Dame. He used to be with Los Dos, and he was an assistant with Columbus in his last job. And he had really bad records with them. So the St. Louis fans are like, what the hell is this, right? Meanwhile, Colorado brought in Matt Wells, who was the assistant at Tottenham. It's Spurs, lads.
Remember when you sent that, what I said? It's fucking losers. You can take the man out of Tottenham. You can't take the Tottenham out of the man.
Yeah. So those are the teams that are in front of us. I mean, as far as last season, Houston's isn't doing anything. So Galaxy has a great opportunity to leapfrog all these teams, and we'll see. I'm positive.
I feel with just what just happened, right? Remind you, we didn't have Ricky last year, so it doesn't make a difference as far as like, having Ricky or not going into next season. Comparison to last season, we got better this offseason than we were going in last year. So Fagundes, I think he's replaceable. So that's like the biggest loss if you really look at it this offseason. Because we already didn't have Ricky. So obviously Ricky's the obvious one. So
I thought McGilberry was the biggest loss.
Miguelito,
That one hurt.
yeah, who am I gonna make fun of now? Who's the next Barry?
You lose Miguel and Eric in the same window. Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Say it and so, Pops.
Yeah. I lost I lost the two people to pick on now. Who's that?
I guess it's Christian Ramirez. Sorry. Damn. We're gonna have to pick on somebody.
Yeah, no, you can't ride him too hard. You need him to have his confidence. Somebody brought up in chat that's the only recognized striker on the roster.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I still like the nasty man to start, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Well,
Yeah.
they might take him back. So, anyways, it's getting late. To be continued, right? I'll let Rob go ahead and plug it in one more time.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. It was a blast. Hopefully, I completely didn't suck. You guys bring me back at some point. I want to wish the Nag Boys a happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. Thank you to you guys for doing what y'all do. Chat, you know what it is. Go ahead and hit the subscribes and the likes for these guys. They put in the work and they keep on putting the work over a decade strong. Show them some love.
Oh yeah, it has been a decade.
Yeah, I mean, come on, y'all been there, right? So, but we are gonna have them on Lacuna Galaxiana tomorrow night. So if you want to talk more Ricky, if you want more Sad Flowers, if you want to commiserate a little bit more, catch us at Lacuna Galaxiana on YouTube tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Thank you guys.
Damn. So thank you everyone again for tuning in on this late Sunday night. I know for a lot of people it's going back to work tomorrow. Again, hope your year is off to. I only got one day off. I already went back to work. I hope it's off to a great start. For me, I'm enjoying this. This is year 11. And I still find fun in even these bad seasons, right? It's something to talk about. If you're trying to find me on social media, you can find me as Eduardo Camp _. And Edgar, where can they find you?
Oh my God, you just reminded me. I've been covering LA Galaxy for almost. Well, this is my 29th year covering the team. Oh my God.
Hold on, I got something for you.
1997. Oh my God, I'm getting on about 30. but damn, how things have changed. But yeah, look forward to a great, exciting season for us. Not just with News Across the Galaxy, but I'm trying to do some other different things with the midweek show. We're gonna have some guests, not just in the usual buddies that come in and visit us. So look forward to that. But yeah, you guys can find me Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky as Edgar Nags. Thank you so much, Wu-Tang for life.
Yes, sir. You can find me as Bryant Nags on Instagram and Twitter.
Rob, plug that OnlyFans, and then we'll get up out of here.
If you guys want to catch me at my OnlyFans, it's feet specific with peanut butter and jelly. You can find that at El Escudero de LA. Right now we have a special subscribe right now, and you get 2 months free. So you know what it is. Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. Then that second month is Valentine's Day content, y'all. So
let's go.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Y'all know where to find the written articles at the Sporting Tribune, and you can find me online at El Escudero de LA.
I like the new screen name. Tangas in reverse was too long. Thank you again, Rob. Thank you again, Rob, for being on here with us. Everyone being on the chat. I know it's late, but let's get up out of here. I've been your host, Eddie, for Edgar, Bryant, and Rob. This has been another episode of News Across the Galaxy. We're back in 2026. Hopefully the Galaxy is back too. We're going to get up out of here. Till next time.
Keep on nagging.
Woo!
Let's go.